Black Label calling Currie Cup it is, as we find ourselves in Johannesburg, the city of gold. South Africa's foremost city and one of the biggest in the world. Lots of interesting places around Johannesburg, but it is a city of skyscrapers and gold mines, of course, of what it has been built on over the years. So Emirates Airline Park is where we find ourselves for this round 4 match, which potentially is an absolute humdinger. It's vital for both of these teams to have a good performance tonight. And we're very lucky as well with the weather, because playing rugby in summer on the high veld often brings rain and even worse, lightning and stuff. It's pretty warm here, and there's not much wind to speak of. So as we move into the evening here in South Africa, looking at the Carling Currie Cup log at the moment, the Bulls at the top there, but bear in mind they've played 10 matches. The Sharks, well, they've got 2 games to catch up with the Bulls, and that's very important for them. But have a look at where the Lions are right now. A victory for them at home is very, very important. There have been some disruptions in the Sharks lineup. They've had to bring in 4 new players in their tight 5 alone. So a couple of changes that have been made there. Well, it remains to be seen just how that works out. And it's not all based on rotational policy, but what big matchups we've got today too. There's some outstanding players in that lineup. They're on a very good roll, and they've only lost 1 match this season. The average age of this squad is 23, so it's a very, very young team. Disappointment for the Lions coach Ivan van Rooyen in that Shituka and Sitoli have cried off virtually at the last minute, unfortunately. So Dylan Smith comes into the side, and interestingly enough, Willem van der Sluys is on the flank in place of Shituka. He, of course, is a natural lock forward, and no doubt his height could help them from a line-out perspective. Some really excellent players. They're on a good roll. Andre Warner scored 2 tries last week, and at scrum half wants to make that berth his own. So it'll be, as usual, the visiting team that comes out first. And Lukanya is the captain, of course, of the Sharks team, and also enjoying an outstanding run of rugby. One's got to say the whole of the Sharks backline have really been playing some outstanding rugby, and their big test today, no doubt, will be their pack of forwards, if they can give them the quality ball that they need to launch the attacks against the Xerox Lions. Marius Lowe, also a big player today, a good carrier of the ball. Of course, Mani Libok is at the back, and then the replacements that will warm the bench, no doubt will find their way onto the park at some point in time. Players know about playing on the high veld, where you tend to get your second breath rather quicker than you do at the coastline. Lukanya, I'm the captain, and it's a debut today as well for Aston Fortuin, the man in picture there. Aggressive player, and quite abrasive at times too. And that's maybe just exactly what the Sharks might need against the Lions tonight. Elton Jantjies brings out the Lions team. There's 4 players over the age of 30 in this team, but they've all been playing good rugby. One's got to say Willem Alberts, Yanni du Plessis, and of course Elton Jantjies himself, who's 30 years of age. So important that they stand their time out there, and with Jantjies leading the team out, they did their little warm-up a little bit earlier. They looked very, very slick, and he always talks about the importance of the team, does Elton Jantjies, but as a personal contributor, he's done a very good job during the course of this season. Willem Alberts in picture with all his experience has really brought a lot to this party. And Marvin Orrie, a marvel in the lineouts too, and who really controls matters pretty well there Our referee for today's match is the 40-year-old from Bloemfontein, Jaco Pieper, who has 37 test matches under his belt. South Africa's premier referee. I'm sure the players will be very happy that he's taking that particular place. With me today, former Springbok hooker, Yanni Shimangi. And Yanni, just a key question, I think, for this game in particular is how important is it going to be that there's forward domination for the victorious side?
Hi, Gavin, that's where it's going to start. Several changes. Steve Tolle was on good form, was playing well. He's out. Carly Sardi, we saw him warming up, also out. So several changes for both sides. Michael Kumbarai getting a rare start for the Sharks team. Hasn't played a lot of rugby. So it's just going to be interesting. You know, it's hard to decide who's going to be on top, but it does start up front as Elton Jantjies gets us going.
Denko Venter with the catch. Dylan Richardson at the back there, and Sanedi Noamba will no doubt pump this over the top of that ruck. Tiaan Swanepoel could get a couple of high balls tonight. He fields that one beautifully. Quick delivery too, just gives some opportunity for Jantjies to try and find some space.
No. Release him. Then by time.
Yeah, that's a good start by the Lions. This is very kickable.
You're fine, yes.
And quite often,
we
sit here guessing whether they're going to kick a goal or kick for the corner. No doubt. This could be a tight game. Elton Jantjies, I think, has already indicated he's going to kick a goal.
That's exactly the start the Lions wanted. It started from Tiaan Swanepoel, who got that ball out the air. Then that ruck ball was so quick. That's where Elton Jantjies went for the hole here. So have a look here.
See, it's that arm around the ball.
The arm allowed the ball, so basically Elton Jantjies not given the opportunity to place the ball.
He's had a good season. Have a look at his career stats there. 79%, and of course 75% was always the traditional target of kickers. I think that's gone up somewhat. Very solid routine. Oh, the ball's just flopped over, so you'll have to reset it.
Time. It's not a conversion, it's a kick. It's a penalty kick, so you have time.
That's nice from Jaco Pieper, just sharing the fact that Elton Jantjies has some time. It's not a conversion. Every kick in this match could be vital, and he certainly sails through the uprights.
And the breakdown's going to be a competitive area. Really, you can see already early on, and you got the right man, Jaco Pieper, working that area. So Elton Jantjies going for the half gap there, penalty infringement, and pressure leads to points early on for the Lions.
Well, the forwards are split either side, but it's Kerwin Bosch who goes to the far side. Those kickoffs are so important too.
Okay, stay away from it,
Black. A quality catcher, preferably a big, strong man. We'll often see Courtnall's Kasson taking those kick-ins too. Such a rounded rugby player is Kasson. Well, that's turned out pretty good that for the Lions.
Yeah, well.
Although the throw will belong to the Sharks. There could be some fierce competition as well in the lineouts, one would think. Quick work there by the Sharks. Oxenchair taking it in. No Humby.
No.
And the Sharks will really want to try and get some early rhythm in this game. You know, they like to carry the ball, especially that man Marius Lowe who went in there. Lions very, very flat on defence to Bosch. That hoist coming down with a little bit of ice on it, and well, the bounce is favourable eventually for the Lions. And eventually it's Stian Pienaar. No, it wasn't Stian Pienaar. What was Kassan?
I'm not clear.
Just getting some relief. So back into the Sharks half of the field.
Black's arm. Thank you. Gap red.
Kieran van Vieren at hooker.
Let's get this sorted. I'll get them closer if you respect me. Okay, you come closer, please.
A short line out called, yeah, by the Sharks.
That's good enough.
That's good quality ball. Quickly as well. Here comes low, but he's held up there. Good strong tackle from Dan Creel. Nohamba. Of course, he was the man who came in there with it. Now it's another hoist. These high balls, I think we're going to see a fair number of them. That's gone too deep. Skosan.
Oh, yeah.
Warner. Bringing Wilhelm van der Sluis into
Not on the ball.
the play early on. Both teams quite
No, you've trapped
happy
him.
to
You've trapped
also
him.
move
He's
that
not on
ball
the
around the early stages of this game. Up from Yanni du Plessis
Release tackler.
to Dylan Smith. Now another up and under, this time from Elton Jantjies. Good strong take with that ball plucked out of the air. Now Nohamba. Swanepoel outside his 22, and I think he's screwed that off the boot. I'll come back a long way for the line out.
A lot of contestable kicks from both sides. This time, Jan Swanepoel going for distance and kicking out on the full. So that's the mistake that the Sharks would have been waiting
Play the
for.
line, please.
You see between Nohamba
Yeah.
and Cohen Bosch putting those bombs up. This time too long. He's got a massive boot, Swanepoel.
Sure.
Clearly disappointed with that, but I've really counted within the first 6 minutes about 10 kicks from both teams, so you can see the early territory battle.
So the usual committee meeting is over before the line out. The Sharks have decided what they're going to do, and that's to go to the back of the line out. Michael Kumbarai with the little pop pass, but it's been knocked on by Marius Lowe.
Double knock.
Kumbarai probably should have just held on to that. Morris Lowe running that line, or just hold on to that, form the ruck and start playing from there. So great contesting line-out pressure from the Lions, putting the Sharks under pressure on their throw.
Okay. Well then.
Mouth-watering time for you and Yanni Shimangi. There's a scrum.
It's going to be a great contest here. Oxy Chase had a good season so far up against the experienced Yanni du Plessis and Dylan Smith.
Okay. Crouch.
He's also getting a restart along with Michael Kumbarai, so it should be a good contest all around.
Set.
Not much difference in the weight of the two packs of forwards. So it's going to be a penalty advantage here for the Lions.
Yeah,
Here's Stian Pienaar. This guy is unbelievably strong around. It takes a lot of bringing down.
Still advantage both sides.
Quickly out from Creel. Now Similani. Nice play by him. The
First scrum penalty, second one's offside. Where's my mark?
The Lions were aware of the fact that there was a penalty advantage.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's a good first scrum from
Back line offside, second infringement.
the Lions, really getting the hit and going forward. Shots popping up.
This is what I like about Elton Jantjies' game, is he really has tightened up the loose aspects of his game. He's got that kick out there, but this was the scrum, and Yanni, really powerful from the Lions.
Yeah, and the Lions going forward, so they get the advantage.
Black.
Even though Fasaki did pop up, good scrum, good timing from the Lions to get that early penalty.
Slow it down. Full.
Lions are happy to go with a full line out. Marvin Orrie in the middle there.
Yeah. We can follow them, yeah, they follow them. You're inside the 10, they can come.
Can they get some momentum from this ball?
Just stay there.
Yako Paper just allowing them to keep it going, which is great to see.
East to the middle.
Sometimes referees blow a little too quickly, asking the players to play it.
Oxenchair's got it. Oxenchair's got it. Came right through the middle.
One black.
Initially, I thought the Sharks might be in a bit of trouble with that move, but Oxenchair did
One black
extremely well to rescue that straight through the middle. Tucked into that ball, and the Lions couldn't get it out.
Yeah, let's go. This is a bit soft. Yeah. Okay. Anything on your side?
Straight through the middle,
Okay,
Oxenchair. Gets his handles there,
Here we go.
hooks the ball in. Warner can't get it out. Slow start from the Sharks scrum. See, the Lions completely dominated the first one. This time the Sharks on their ball. Do they go in and out? Do they try
Don't lean too much.
get the penalty?
Crouch.
Two Bloemfontein boys on the near side. Oxenchair up against Dr. Yanni du Plessis.
Yeah. His neck's not in, so we'll do it again. Yeah. Don't edge forward. His head's not even in. Keep that gap. Okay, keep that gap, lads.
So just to keep an eye on the exit strategy of the Sharks. They're spending a fair bit of time in their own half of the field. Sonele Nohamba will
No, it's just the grass.
he's got Currie Bosch standing by.
Yeah, but that, long as that.
What I like about Willem Albers is he never seems to say a word on the field. Just gets on with it.
Gets on with it. Moved into the engine room now, a bit older. Moved to 4. There to do the grunt work, the scrumming. He's adapted well to it.
Got to eat black, consistent pressure.
Yep, let's go. That's the big back 5. I tell him, Sachi, go down. Knox, speed back then. Let's go, boy. Come on, Chi. Come, Mikey. Yeah.
Crouch.
Lane, my banner.
Bind. Set.
That's a better set. No, it's not.
Yeah, because knees on the ground.
Yeah.
Down on his knees.
You can see straight through the tunnel. The knees on the ground from the Michael Cumbrai.
Tight dead knees to the floor.
Another chance here.
What do you want?
A little bit of a discussion between Marvin Ori and Elton Judges, and they've decided they're not going to kick it goal. They're going for the corner. They feel they've got some momentum. It's positive play by them. Brave as well, one's got to say.
Straight on the head here. You can see straight through the tunnel.
The other side. Yeah.
So the knees on the ground on the
Lines them
far
off.
side of the scrum. Michael Cumbrai down.
Gotcha.
Just open up, sorry. Lines
Traffic
them off.
manager, Marvin Ori,
That's good.
just making sure that everything's right here for Jaco Fasaki to get this into the target man. And once again, it's to the front.
That's them all.
Change of direction to a slight extent there from the Lions, who've set quite well. Can they carry this over the line? Still they come. Sharks under huge pressure at the moment. Tackle from Dylan Richardson. Warner, the long pass. Now, can they bump their way over? No. Once again, good defensive work. They've surely got a score here.
Release black.
Still the Sharks somehow hold on. Skasan.
What you got? On field? On field decision try. And then post taken out. Burner. Stu. On field decision is try. So just check if that's fair.
Perfect on-field decision try.
Yes. Looks good.
It looks like a fair try.
It does. The only thing is just have a look at his left foot and his knee. Where does that end up? You can't see it from that angle. He's definitely dotted it down,
I think myself.
provided he's not into touch.
Jaco Stewart, it is a legal try. You may award it and continue with your on-field decision.
Well, a lot of work that he had to do there at Corporal Skassan, but the important thing in Shimmy was that he kept his body position low as he slid over in the corner.
Yeah, exactly. And even there, I thought Jacob Kriel gets that pass away. Jan Sonnenpoel scores.
Okay, cool.
But the Lions, look where Marvin Ori is. He was in the line out the far side. He's worked around all that way across to create an opportunity for the wing. So the Lions pack working hard around the corner. But plenty of guts also shown from the Sharks.
Yeah, but also, one's got to say the Lions made that call. They'd take the penalty, they'd kick for the corner. And the result is they've got 5, maybe 7 points. Well, this is a monster kick from the touchline on the wrong side of the field for a left footer. He's gone back a long way to try and narrow that angle. It's not going to make it, but not a stout effort there from the fly half. Corporal Skassan with a great finish.
Okay, thanks.
And that's the Lions pack working hard around the corner. You can see the desperation for Spoon because they're trying to cut it and notch it. But Ori's worked hard across the corner, around the corner.
A much deeper kick this time from Kerwin Bosch. Lions have been very secure from those few kick-ins. Janchis.
Careful, Malone.
That's a super kick as well from Elton Janchis.
Mate, told us the penalty.
Outside of that one from Tian Swanepoel that screwed off his boot, the kicking has been pretty spot on.
You're going nowhere near the ball. Okay, I'll slow it down. Just be patient. It's 5.
Kieran van Vieren.
Hang on. It's messy. It's messy because you move, they stop short. Give me the gap now, and I'll bring them closer.
Yeah, Marvin on me, Luca.
Okay, good.
So the Sharks just change their
9
call.
back.
It remains to be seen if they do. The last ball was into the middle.
Let's do this properly. Over there.
Michael Kimberai standing at the back of this line out. Again, they do go short. Out from Nyamba. And Marius Lowe with the carry up. He's probably going to have to do a fair bit of that in this match. There's Henko Venter. Nyamba. Oxenchair. Dylan Richardson. Just 21 years of age, Dylan Richardson. A good, strong, abrasive player. Taken in by Noche on that occasion. Haven't seen much of Lukanya as of yet in this match. So a little passage of play here with the Sharks getting enough possession, looking to hold on to the ball too.
And the Lions are defending well. Yeah. Start off with the line out on the just past the halfway. The Sharks are actually going backwards.
Well, Shimmy, one's got to consider too, the Lions have conceded the least number of tries in the Carling Cup, Currie Cup, with 16, along with the Bulls. So their defence has been very well organised.
I can organise
the Lions.
Once you start,
the Sharks are just struggling to generate momentum from their big ball carriers.
Okay.
And the whole time getting hit back. Eventually, Currie Bosch is standing deeper and deeper and deeper. And the result is a turnover by going into touch.
Nick.
And also no real opportunity for Similani as of yet. Man in picture there. So look at the matchups. Well, there's one of them, and I can tell you that Wandisile Similani had a cracking start to the Carling Currie Cup. Lukanyam has been his steady self all the way through. So 2 young men with great ability, and a big test for the 2 of them here today. So a little bit of attention there, was it, to Elton Janchis?
Yeah, but they have to because your hooker is far away.
Seems to be okay now.
Yeah, that's the middle. Open up, thank you.
A little variation as well at times from the Sharks with a short throw into Oxen Chair, just trying to mix it up a little bit. The Lions have had a good line out all season.
Maul. Just stay there.
Well, one way to soften a team up is to take them on up front like that. Now the big up and under from Warner.
He's not chasing.
Yeah, I think they're seeing the only opportunity really to take it in and set up the next phase. Now Bosch. I don't think that's his best kick, to be honest with you, but Tian Swanepoel not catching it.
11. That's on purpose, number 11, blocking 14 black.
15. Don't be a bitch, bro.
Bola. Okay.
So Mani Lebach.
Shot. No, he's shot.
I think Currie Bosch might have a bash at goal here.
Number 11, just deliberate block. 11 blocked 14.
Block here.
Yeah, what I'm saying is if your hooker doesn't go to the mark,
no chance of
they
going
will
for
have
that
to
ball. You
come.
see that a lot.
If he starts fair,
especially
I
the
do
amount of contestable kicks
everybody
going here. The
triggers on
block
him.
runners trying to stop the chasers from getting there. Well spotted by Yaku Paper.
Well, this is close to 60 meters. I mean, we said 60 meters on screen there, and that's probably pretty close to it. He is at the high felt. We know he can kick the ball prodigious distances.
That sort of action in front of you tonight, Amy.
And the Sharks desperately need some
Give
points on
yourself
the
some
board.
space, let it unfold.
Well, he's given this a fair crack, hasn't he? That's a monster kick off the upright and over.
Wow. Great kick from Currie Bosch. Sharks desperately needed something.
Shimmy, I tell you, this has gone some distance
No,
over.
11 blocks
Just
in.
have a look there.
11 block
It
14.
hits 3/4 of the way up the upright, so you can take that back a little bit. It just shows the danger of potentially of goal kicking, if that's got to be the difference in this game. Tian Swanepoel, as we know, can also kick the ball big distances too. There was a good chase that from the Lions.
Spikes available, play it.
Nohamba. Swanepoel. Time to move. Kick wasn't accurate enough.
Play on. On the ball.
But the Lions are getting good delivery from their pack of forwards. And they're also getting perhaps a little bit more quality possession than the Sharks are enjoying at the moment. A lot of grinding up front. Janchis.
That's a great read.
On the ball.
Great read from Soon Kosi.
Over here.
We've seen that a lot with the Springboks defensive system, the wings, cutting off that pass. You make that read, you got to shut that move down. It's exactly well set here, straight into Swanepoel.
Shot.
So that gave the opportunity. I think it was Kumbuza Nacho or Lukanyam that came in next to go over the ball. But fantastic read from Soon Kosi. Look at that. He's got no way he can get that ball out.
For me, I saw it
The
on the
big
ball.
hack tackle. Skubuza
No, he should
Nacho
have
over
tackled
that
before
ball
he
because
cleared
it's a
it.
spot tackle right on the
ball,
ground.
Nothing bad.
Advantage Sharks.
Yeah. It's on the ball.
Well, looking to relive that wonderful form that he had when he was chosen for South Africa, and the wonderful rugby he played. A very, very strong character as well, with ball in hand. So Bosch almost from a very similar spot as the previous one. Well, he knows he can hit the distance. Key is getting it straight. It's another monster, and he's got it over, keeping the Sharks in the game. There was a time when his school career where he used to have the odd vurvur, the odd kick that just didn't go anywhere where it should go. And he's also tightened up his game a lot in all aspects, one's got to say. He's playing good rugby at the moment. Again, that kick from the lines, close to the touchline.
Ball's at the back, now use it. Yes, he's holding his ground. Ball out.
Over the top from Nahamba, hasn't gone very deep. Swanepoel comes in.
Barney's red.
Fingers knocked on there from Jarpenke.
Double knock. Winger first.
It is a better kick from Nahamba because at least Jarpenke got there to contest the ball. The other ones were too long and the Lions were given opportunities to counter-attack.
Okay, hold on.
Or he puts the pressure on you. He almost gets... Oh.
Picture on your side. All good. Let's go.
A penalty kick that you need to go back for, please.
Just hold on. Yes. Just hold
It's
on.
a penalty against Marvin Ori for a push into a late push, which has made contact with the face. It's a penalty only.
Back where the kick were.
That is correct, from that last
Is it
breakdown.
on the kicker?
That is correct. It is on number
they can
9 black.
choose. So they can choose. It's a late tackle, with other words.
That is correct.
Okay. Captain. Captain. Marvin, please. Number 10. We've got a penalty-only situation where after the 9 kicked, number 5 or 4-5 shoved the kicker in the face, so it's late. They have the option of penalty kick there or where it bounced. Okay. What do you? Opposite. This one. Thank
Couldn't
you.
resist getting onto the hold of the scrum off.
The late charge.
Yeah,
On the kicker.
Marvin Ori's more experienced than that. He shouldn't do that, to be honest with you. And chances are, if he actually just went for the ball and left it.
Thanks, Sue.
Well, as a man half his size, of course.
Yeah, exactly.
Nevertheless, it is discipline, and discipline's important on the rugby field. It's a pretty good penalty kick, that, from Kerwin Bosch.
So just
I'll show you
gives
numbers.
6 plus 1.
Open up.
opportunity for the Sharks now to try to build something. The line out looked shaky early on. They played ox and chair a lot at the front. That's a better ball.
Solid in the middle of the line out there. Taken by the Sharks, and now they've got some momentum.
Through the middle, yep. He's through the middle.
Kieran van Vuuren gets held up, and the Lions just pile in and turned it over. Brilliant play that by the local team.
Leave it.
Right in front of the Lions bench, and they're going absolutely mad. They were good maul stopping. I think Van der Slaes came through. Then the counter up from that was impressive from the Lions.
Crawling through the mall.
That's how they managed to retain ball, and it's a collective effort from the big men. So from here, Van der Slaes too, but this counter-rack here, Kevin, is impressive. Look at that. All of them in there.
On me. On me.
Danny du Plessis flying in. The ball turned over. Then that's just frustration again from the Sharks.
Okay.
Well, once again, the Sharks find themselves in their own half of the field.
That's good enough for me. Come on. Both hookers, please.
This game hasn't got going yet, Kevin, in terms of attack and offloads, generating quick ball.
Come on, lad.
A lot of stop-start,
You've got to
scrum,
get to the
line-out,
assistant
penalty,
referee. Otherwise, if you stop short, that team has to follow you. Otherwise, they got no chance to fairly compete. Okay, so you come to the flag, then I'll deal with the fence, but not before that. Happy?
4G defense, let's get it back.
Short line out this then
This is
for the Lions, just 4 men in. Ori very often the target with these short line outs. No problem for the big man.
No, he played him there. Contact in there. Shot.
So we've had a penalty from Marvin Orrie, then another penalty further down the line.
Shot.
Then another penalty. So it's almost every 20, 30 seconds, or even less than that, there's a penalty conceded and not really getting going. So Namesh has gone up here, played in the air.
Yeah, that pull in the arm is enough to destabilize him.
Just pulling the hand in the air from 14 on Marvin Orrie.
No problem with the call, of course. Interesting now. Tian Swanepoel's going to take this kick, not Elton Janchis. You know, this man's a great distance kicker, but I was just watching him in the warm-up. He was even slotting pretty much everything from inside the 22 as well. He's got an attractive and very organised kicking technique as well, Tian Swanepoel. So important victory, that small mini victory that for the Lions. This time Bosch a little bit shorter than the previous kicks up for Itzkasan. It's going to be a penalty to the Lions.
His feet. Hey, we will, but if he runs towards the ball, it's fine. You know how it works. Yeah, penalty only. Yeah. Penalty only. He was obstructed, but not unfairly.
Swanepoel up to the halfway line.
There's frustration for him, Spoon, because he's chasing those contestants quite hard. So he's complaining he's getting blocked.
We'll fix it, okay?
Keep telling you guys,
Playing the man in the air. That's why Lukanya also came in.
Okay,
Well, he might have had an argument with the blocking, but certainly not with the tackling. Cannot tackle a man in the air. Saki again, good line out work this by the Lions. Warner.
Tackle now, tackle. Release.
Strong work there from Van der Sluys, who certainly has made his mark in this game. Came on as a replacement. That bounce not favourable, one's got to say, for Warner.
Hold ya.
Torpedo.
Just two. Swanepoel, or rather Warner. No room for Tian Swanepoel. The one good thing that the Lions have done is when they've found themselves in cul-de-sacs, they've gone back to the safety of their numbers and their pack of forwards. Another big up and under taken by Bosch. Well taken as well.
Hold there too.
Lions certainly looking to counteract, but not able to do that.
Leave it. Leave it. There's the ball. Just lost his footing. No influence.
It's yet another hoist from Currie Bosch.
Back off red.
Oh, I'll play on now. There's an opportunity. Oxen check. Sharks want the ball quickly. They've got it. Now they change direction. See, the Lions are well organised. They are defensively.
A good kick.
It's a good kick, but, you know, one of the things they've maybe got to consider is trying to play the ball off the boot behind that first line of defence, because it's almost impenetrable at the moment.
Gap, please.
Of course, they don't have the line out now, unfortunately. The ball didn't stay in field.
Gavin, you can see both teams are kicking too and just waiting for the mistake from the other side rather than actually building pressure with ball in hand and looking for a mismatch. It's kick contestables, make a mistake. Hopefully we get the knock on or win that and then start attacking from then on. Plenty of penalties conceded both sides. 6 from the Sharks and 3 from the Lions.
Just slide with him, Ames. Just slide with him.
The other concern, of course, as well, is that there is a kicker in each side that can kick the ball from inside their own half of the field. Lions cool and calm inside their 22.
Right, ball's available, use it.
Warner, I wonder if Warner will kick. No, he's not going to kick over the top. Gives it to his fly half, and it's another good kick that from Elton Judges.
Okay. I'll slow it down. 7. 7. I'll make sure you get a proper chance to see it. You just keep the gap. Okay, let's go. 5.
So the game failing to become a spectacle up to this point in time. There's been a lot of kicking, of course. Question will be who could open it up. Still 11 points to 6. The Lions lead, and deservedly so. They've had most of the possession. In that massive pressure that comes from the Lions at the breakdown point. But the Sharks have got it.
Good. Almost 3.
So Lenny Nohamba is being forced to almost kick it a little bit shorter than perhaps he would want to ensure that the kick chase is right. But the Sharks remain in their own territory.
Advantage is under pressure.
Struggling to get out of it.
Advantage over.
Bosch's big kick over the top. Oh dear. That's gone straight into touch, so they're going to come a long, long way back for the line out.
And the Sharks did have advantage. Currie Bosch just overcooking that.
Yeah, he played with freedom. Advantage over.
There certainly is an adjustment when you come up to the high felt in terms of your kicking. We're normally at the coast. You give it a fair whack. And you've got to be a little bit more careful. Alberts and Ori in the middle of this line out front of Slace towards the back. A natural lock forward. Creel.
No hands. Advantage slowing it down. Over the ball.
There's a penalty advantage here for the Lions. They won't settle for anything less than a try if they can get it.
That's a knock on. Yeah, you just dropped on top of the ball. It's slow. More than 2 players, eh?
Let's get slow. Look, there's desperation there for him to run away. I think look on your arms over that ball coming into pitch.
What you doing?
The Sharks actually defended that well. That was a good leg tackle.
Captain.
For Morris Lowe in the beginning to stop Dan
On the 22, yeah.
Well, territory hasn't been a friend of the Sharks in this game, in this first half. And also the penalties that they've conceded.
Okay.
As you say, both teams conceding penalties.
Danny, number 3. 3.
And here an opportunity from close in for Elton Judges.
Cleaning out. When you clean out. When you clean out. Give us a clear picture of arms.
Waste no time, does the captain, to secure another 3 points then for the Lions. So 5 penalty goals in this game. 2 monsters from Currie Bosch. 1 from Tian Swanepoel and 2 from Elton Judges. Have a look at that. 22 penalties conceded in the game. Oh, that's a brilliant take. Now, can the Sharks do something with this? Absolutely outstanding running. Best time to take a team on is when they've scored. Taken in by Richardson. Sharks on a rare occasion in the 22 of the Lions. That's better play from the Sharks at the ruck. Oh dear, there's a knock on. Watson
And then
Shear's
touch
ball.
your
Well,
hands.
have a look at this now. Oh, there's a
Second one
strong
touched the
tackle
hand.
there on the line, so they'll come back
Head and then
for
hand.
the first knock-on.
Just relax.
Tell you what, that was impressive from Spoon Nkosi. We
And
saw
then
him do
touch
this
the hand.
against Griquas
And
to actually
stop
win the
swearing,
game for the
brother.
Sharks, so he gets it
It's really
over.
bad for the kids watching this.
Look at that, Spoon Nkosi. Excellent, excellent, excellent.
Hey? Nah, it's all right.
Brave work from him. Good kick from Currie and
Gonna have
Bosch
to come
also.
Absolutely outstanding running there. They did secure the ball.
Yeah.
To,
Don't mate, don't worry.
the finishing
Yeah,
touches.
That tackle's on the ball. If you're happy about it.
Skorksie. Af en toe, nee, Dali. Jevo, let's go.
Yeah, on the ball.
Boy, ballon. Ja, cool, let's go. Open. Masterpiece, Koen. I'm on you, masterpiece.
Okay, relax. Crouch.
Zijn ze, kom eens gaan.
Bind.
Andre Warner looking for a solid scrum.
Ballon, boys. Ballon.
Okay.
Ballon.
Let's just hold our space. Can't lean forward, okay? I'm not saying it's just you.
Let's go, Dali. Let's go, boys. Let's go. Op die goal, jullie op die goal. Dali boy, let's go. Masterpiece. Ja, locks in. Open. Let's go, Dali boy. Masterpiece. Ja, cool. Kom af en toe. Leen.
Crouch. Bind.
Angle.
Set.
Well, it's gone straight down, so there's going to be a need for a reset.
Well done. He's going. Great shape. Well done,
You
Mike.
can try this side. On the heads, I can see the pitch cutting up, so that was won't happen all day, but I could clearly see that.
Let's go, boys.
And that went straight down. So Jaco Papa, nothing better to do than to reset it.
Go, Bobby. Let's go, boys. Let's go, Dali. Go, Yanni.
Hold your load, black. Hold your load, red.
Let's go, Dali.
Crouch.
There are times, of course, as well when
Bind.
one worries about
Set.
unsturdy conditions on the field for scrumming. Oh, it's a penalty to the Lions.
Not square at all. No. Not square at all. Not square at all. Shearing to the side.
So things
No.
not working that well for the Sharks in the scrum. As Tion Swanepoel drives them back into their own half of the field. That's been the story of this first half. Michael Kumbarai on the far side.
But they never
The
went forward.
Lions
Just
just
to the side.
slowly making their way to
Can't
the
help,
line
can't
out.
reward that.
They know that there's only
Hey?
20 odd
Just
seconds
towards
left of
me.
this first half.
What'll happen?
5. 5. Hulle gaan dryf.
Jaco Versaki will be pleased with this first half. The lineouts have worked well for the Lions. We know that the Sharks can contest as well, quite heavily
not
at
straight.
lineouts. And
Yeah.
that's not in
41.
straight.
Scrum. Scrum taken.
Spoiled his first half, Jaco Versaki. Just a wry smile and a shake of the head. The referee's got it spot on. Not straight enough.
Japan ball, please. Japan ball.
Okay. That one just sheared across towards me. Got to go forward.
So the hooter has gone, and this should be the last scrum then
Patience, red.
of the first half.
Crouch.
Of course, so many things can happen here too. A penalty, or
Bind.
I'm sure that Nahamba will just hoof it out if he gets the chance.
Ball stuck in the tunnel. Go. Yeah. Metsuk, ball got stuck in the tunnel. We'll do it again. There we go, lads.
And just trying to find a firm part of the surface.
And you have a
Amazing
picture
thing
on
is
your
that Emirates Airline Park used to be a lake in
And you have
bygone
a
year.
picture on your side.
In fact, there's a spring under the north
Both ends,
stand.
okay.
It feeds a lot of water for stadium use. And even pipes on the south stand that take away too much water. So it can get a little damp underfoot.
Fine. Set. Ball to the back play.
Well, that ball just going loose there, and it's going to be a scrum for the Lions, but it's not going to be a scrum because it will be half-time.
Let's go, boys.
And what a first half it's been in many, many ways. Not a spectacle, but certainly a very, very tight battle. And it's the Lions who deservedly lead at half-time by 14 points to 6. So Emirates Airlines Park sees the Lions in a half-time lead here against the Sharks by 14 points to 6. They'll be happy with the fact that they're ahead. They dominated most aspects of the play, one's got to say. And importantly, they also had territorial advantage, which placed additional pressure on the Sharks. Key question will be, what will be the turnaround strategy for the Sharks?
Most definitely, Shami, we must definitely do that.
And talking about scrums, what would you guys like to improve on there? 1 or 2 early penalties?
Oh, you know very well. It's all about unity and being on the same page. And right now we're a bit disjointed. I think the boys are a little rattled, so it's about settling down and coming out and finishing well in the second 40.
Yeah, a good set-piece battle. We've got a bit of an upper hand, but we just got to stay consistent. We're playing in the right areas of the field. Sharks almost scored there. With Spoo there, good catch, but we just got to keep going.
What would you guys like to improve on it? It's not your traditional Lions game, a bit stop-start for you guys at the moment.
Yeah, it's stop-start, but I think we're controlling the matters really well, Shami. We just got to keep the forward dominance going. We got to get on the scraps. I think the Sharks' kicking game is powerful. So, we just got to handle that, and yeah.
So the message is there from Warren Whiteley, and first up, Etienne Finn from the respective teams in how they're going to attack this second half. Looks like Vian Herbst is on the field for the Lions as a replacement. And the Sharks coming out now. And I guess, Shimmy, it wasn't a great first half, but one's got to ask the questions too. The Sharks, not enough ball, not enough territorial possession as well. And perhaps not winning the battle up front that you spoke about early on.
That every time the Sharks have had the ball, they've tried to kick contestables, and the Lions have handled it quite well. So when they generally do strike the Sharks is when you make mistakes from those contestable kicks. But somewhere along the line, they're not going to kick themselves to victory. They're going to have to put the ball in hand. And they've got exciting players. You've got Luca in your arms, Spoon Goes, you've seen the damage he's done, Mani Lebouk. They can create something out of nothing. And if there's mismatches in front of them, you've got to give them ball and give them the freedom to do that. So Vian Herbst, so early changes. Yanni du Plessis off, Vian Herbst on the tight head side of the Lions. But the Lions will up the tempo, and this game should open up the last 20 minutes. But still at the moment, it's still an arm wrestle. It's important for the Sharks to stay within touch. So we saw that magic from Swoon Kosi from that short kick. That's the variation we're looking for from the Sharks.
Okay. Who's the Kenya?
Yeah, they've got a very settled backline, the Sharks, but they haven't really been able to show their worth tonight. As you mentioned, Lukanya we haven't seen a lot of Marius Lowe too. Much of that has to do with the fact that the possession has belonged largely to the Lions. Marvin Ori brought down. Andre Warner at scrum half. Janchis. Good kick from the fly half up to the 10-metre line. Oh, thought he might have got a little bit more from Amy Barrett-Turan, who's running touch. And perhaps the settle-down phase of these early minutes after the second half will give an idea just good
gap
of whether the Sharks can come back into this game. Got the throw in at the line out. Mohamba. Corsi. Now low. It's front foot ball that for the Sharks, which they'll enjoy. They should maybe have come this way. There's more scope to have played the ball to the right-hand side of the field, but they decided to go left and have conceded a scrum.
Yeah.
It's a good read from
Something swallowed something.
Wendy Simelani. Lucanio just looked up and saw that man coming at him, so he knocks it on. But I must say, from that line-out, better attack from the Sharks, asking better questions. They went with a full line-out, putting a spoon Corsi through the vacuum. And that offload, the Sharks were in proper business there. So you can really see the change of strategy from the Sharks. Just a handling error that let them down.
You ready?
Now they've conceded so
let's go.
few tries this season, the Lions, and that's an indication, of course, of
Set up square.
a very solid defensive wall.
Let's go, boy. Sakhi.
Hip square both. Crouch.
There's a lot of playmakers, in fact, in both sides.
Fine.
We haven't really seen
Set.
some magic from any of them as of yet.
Yeah.
Outside of Corsi, as you mentioned, from that kick-in. Things waning a little bit with the
Let's
scrums.
just get one
Herbst
message.
on
Every
now.
time the
But,
grass comes out on your side, but not on theirs. So you've got to chase your feet. Okay.
Let's go back 5.
words there with Kieran Van Vieren, the hooker for the Sharks.
Let's go, door. Locked in. Yaku. Yes, let's
Crouch.
go.
Fine. Black in.
Free kick it is to the Lions.
Free engage.
Oh dear, Lions running in their own territory. Not sure that was the wisest decision.
Playing the ball back.
They've given away a penalty now.
On the floor. Killing advantage.
Rare indiscipline from the Lions. So now the question is for the Sharks, do they take the 3 points on offer?
Baller. Okay. Shot.
Calls coming from the side, so taking the points. Lions trying to go quickly. I think the Lions will, obviously, you know, they'll want to up the tempo, and this is an attempt at it from Elton Yankees, but they, with Lucanio and Spoon, of course, you've got the two of the best in the business in terms of defense, making good decisions, rushing up, and you saw that there. That Simelani wanted to go for the outside gap.
And also the pressure that was placed on them. You know, we saw them absolutely belt up against the Lions there. Calls the knock on. Easiest kick of the day for for Currie Bosch, without putting the muckers on him. Got the 3 points. So first points of the second half then belong to the Sharks. We spoke about these early stages of the second half. Can the Sharks lay a foundation to come back into this game?
I've been asked to get you
They
behind
come
the
back
kickoff,
into
please.
it because
Specifically. You.
they need a lot more possession to play with.
Yeah.
Super kick in that from Elton Janchis.
More, yes.
There's some good competition there as well on Henko Fenta.
Leave the ball on the ground. Doesn't matter, you're on the floor.
Nohamba, Bosch. Oh, I don't think that's his best kick of the night. Sharks are quite happy to put the ball in the sky,
Do you want me to play
close to their
advantage or
22. Not really looking for deep territory,
Advantage.
trying to find a gain. Oh, that ball beautifully taken away by Willem Alberts.
He went for
Time out.
the
We're
smash
going
and
back to
grab
that
there.
ruck. TMO check.
Yeah, there was a.
I think it's a clean
yeah,
out.
there was a illegal clean out. I think it was Yaku Fasaki
Good, yeah,
on
Steve.
Richardson. That last rack.
Yes. Just give me a moment.
Man in picture there, Willem Alberts.
There's nothing on our screens yet.
We're just waiting for the replay, Jaco.
Okay. Clean out.
Let's just have a look at this clean out. Dylan Richardson, yeah, number 6.
That's a penalty. Chances are a yellow card. The ball was long
Absolutely.
gone. That's a cheap shot. That's an absolute cheap shot.
No, he's not. Okay, Bernard, so it's off the pass. What I can see here, it's playing the man off the ball who's not actually part of the ruck.
I just want to see one more angle, please, Jaco.
No, he's not part of the ruck. He's not bound to it. Doesn't, so I'm no. Okay, but I'm happy with the penalty only there.
Yeah, so Jaco, those are the angles.
Yeah.
The Sharks player is obviously in an offside position, but he is well away from the ball, so it's a penalty only.
Penalty only. It's a penalty only, playing a man off the ball. Okay, pass already gone. Where's our ruck? Over here. Righto. Thanks, Bernard.
He's lucky he didn't get a yellow there.
I think having seen it for a second time, Shimmy, I think it's the right call. He wasn't part of the ruck. It wasn't really that dangerous.
It's context. Richardson's a forward. You know, if it was him, if it was Fasaki hitting a scrum off there, and next thing he gets injured, then it's a different story.
I have to concede that it could be. Yeah,
then it's a different story.
But under the circumstances and what we saw there, I thought it was the right call. Well, that ball's not gone into touch from Bosch. Back downfield it comes. That's also not going to go into touch. Another chance for Bosch. Now, has that one gone a little too far? Oh, no, it hasn't. Beautiful. Bounced there, and now comes Courtnall's Kusan. Brings some sanity to proceedings by making sure he gets it out.
That was an awkward old ball there for Stia and Pena to get. Almost chasing away from him. Manny Lebok almost had that. It's been a massive kicking contest, this.
Just going to say the guys have been peppered at the back. These up and unders. Tap down. Favourable bounce for the Sharks. Low. Good initial play there by Marius Low.
You're blocking him. Trapping him with your leg.
Now Sikambuza Noche. And the Sharks hold onto the ball.
Backwards.
Attacking from very deep. And the lines are up on defence very, very quickly. Key thing for the Sharks is, can they find a way through
ball's available.
This white and red wall of defenders? And will it be with ball in hand or a clever grubber or something else that might go with it? Good work from Richardson.
Started onside.
Oxenchair, he's done well to get that out.
Started onside.
Taken on by JJ van der Mesht. Sharks not really making much ground here at the moment. Sort of like back and forth across the field. Bosch. Brought in Richardson. That's better. That's good play by Oxenchair, but he can't hold on to it.
Cohen Bosch was on his inside. He needed to let that go. And you could see the desperation. But I must say, at one stage, I thought the Lions defense was doing well. And they finally found that crack from the Sharks here. So Oxenchair.
There we go.
And he's a good ball carrier. We've seen him doing this for Free State. That ball goes. Cohen Bosch is gone.
Right.
He is absolutely gone there.
2 front rows down.
I think those little basic errors, and we've seen a fair number of them from the Sharks during this game. Handling errors, and they've also not done them the world of good. And now Oxenchair down at the moment.
Okay, ready. Lines in, let's go.
So the two fly halves The youngster and the middle youngster, if we could call him that. Just have a look at the career statistics there in terms of kick success. Still some work for Currie Bosch to do, but he's had a very good season this year. And I think it's because he's settled in the fly position as well, not competing for it with Robert de Preer and others.
If you remember, before lockdown, the Sharks were the form team in Super Rugby. Had a very good tour, playing great rugby.
Fine. Set. Shoulders too low.
So Michael Currie just heard the referee saying shoulder too low, led to the collapse of the scrum. Just a shake of the head there from the youngster.
Low, hips too high.
Swanepoel, that's a monster kick.
That is a monster kick. That is massive. That is massive. So Michael Currie being penalised for getting his shoulders below his hips, so this collapse came.
Now this has unfortunately been a little bit of the Sharks game. Too much rugby being played in their own half of the field. Do some pinpoint and accurate kicking. Now another chance to try and ward off the Lions. The line-outs worked well. That didn't look straight. So for the second time, Jaco Fasaki doesn't throw it in straight.
Captain.
And he's generally very good at line-out throwing.
Absolutely.
You can see he's disappointed. He's a very good line-out thrower, Fasaki.
How ball is he?
Begs the question, how many Anyani Shamangi throw-ins at the line-out?
3.
Was few.
Plenty.
Of course, you take your chances too, don't you? If you can get away with it.
And definitely in the front row. The front row substitution has been made, so it's been a tough day for Michael Currie. He'll definitely bounce back, so John Hubert Mayer getting back into the mix. That's another scoop throw.
Closing the gap, number 5.
Sikabuza not sure used at the line-out. Not in straight.
Early jump.
He's lucky. Very lucky there. You take it and run with it.
Let's go.
Bosch would have liked to have been a left-footed kicker where he is now. They've decided to go straight up with a big hoist. Beautiful take from Kortl Skusan.
Let's play. Not unfairly so. That wasn't foul play.
Changes. Another up and under onto Nkosi.
It's back of black.
It's good play that from Sibyl Nkosi.
No, that's good.
One almost wants the Sharks to try and find a bit of space further out. He's still very, very close in, and they're getting hammered through some solid tackling from the Lions close in. That's a knock-on.
I think that hit was Willem Albert. I'm not sure he was running a challenging line there, but he was well done from Willem Albert. Not sure came from depth there. And bang, he hit the bat. He hit the wall.
Just listen. Yeah, there's about 3 players in his way, so he got clipped by one of your players. So I'm not going to penalise him for that. Okay? The players didn't block him unfairly, but he got clipped by one of your players. Yeah, over there. Well, then, yeah, that's it.
I've seen that blown up as a penalty in the past, but the bone collected at his bit there, didn't he?
Yeah, exactly. Straight into him. And you're right, the Lions have just been more cohesive than the Sharks. From scrum time, from the line out, you've seen the panic a bit. A set piece from the Sharks. Nkosi been good for the Sharks, I must say.
Now it's far side.
He's chased, he's worked hard. Lucky not to concede a penalty there on Skosan.
Yeah. I just lost my bone. Yeah, okay. Okay, if it happens again, we penalise, JD. Here we go.
Well, we're heading to that time when we might just see some replacements, although there's very little movement on the benches at the moment.
Crouch.
Nice field position for Andre Warner.
Bind. Set.
Put his flower from the near side.
That's better. Both down.
Oh, Similani. And, that could turn into a very useful kick. Once again, the Sharks defending close to their goal line.
Go away, 14, you're blocking. Get away. Show numbers.
Under pressure.
Numbers.
It's such a great scrum position. You'd like to see the team hold on to the ball, considering you know how good the Lions are attacking.
Three.
The Sharks with a short line out again. Well, it's not always that easy to remain calm under pressure, but the Lions have done that well when they've been under the pressure, under the cosh a little in this game. The Sharks have got to do the same.
Okay, balls available, everybody on
You
side.
mustn't forget this is a team with an average age of 23. So the Sharks are still a very, very young combination.
Yes.
It's going to be his last play
Okay.
for
Just watch
Sanula
there.
Mahamba.
Sharks 9, 4, 9, 4 and 2.
So Saneli Nohamba off the field. On in his place, Jaden Hendrickse. A couple of other changes as well.
Okay, Frans, yours. Legs.
Timolani Bowley on for Funameshed. And
Let's go.
Chris Mabatu on at the hooker position.
I'll show you, yeah. Let's go, boys. Yeah, sure.
I think the Sharks are really trying to find a catalyst that can change this game for them,
Hold
and
it. Can you go?
they're failing to do that at the moment. They've often fed off the abilities of Marius Lowe carrying the ball up and various others, but somehow that seems to be missing tonight. And here's one of the reasons why, because the ball is mainly being carried by the Lions.
Yes. Okay, turnovers made.
Turned over by the Sharks. Well played by them. Hendrickse. No real pressure put on Bosch there, so he manages to get his kick away. Here's Swanepoel. Will he drop goal? No, he won't. Now Stian Pienaar.
No.
Hard man to pull down.
Ball out.
Sharks are onto the front foot. That's the important
Happy?
thing. Stian Pienaar did a good job there.
Offside. It's the one that never got back.
And penalty advantage. Oh,
Black 7, never onside. Lazy run and cutting off half-back options.
the Lions haven't scored a point yet in the second half. That belongs to Bosch with a single penalty.
Thanks, Steve.
Will they kick it goal now from this penalty?
That's the play, Black 7 there. Yeah. Cutting off the offload.
That's cutting off the pass from Feinter.
So there's the timeline of the various penalties. A solitary try in that 14th minute. Just hasn't been a game of tries. It's been all about the boot of this man, his captain Elton Janchis, and Kerwin Bosch. .37 meters out. It's a low kick, it's a straight kick, and it's another 3 points. Shimmy, who's the catalyst in the Shark side that can turn this game around?
So you start looking at the benches, you know, for the Sharks. They've still got Pepsi Buthelezi, Jeremy Ward possibly, and also James Prentice. So still plenty to come in terms of that, but just lacking cohesion, the Sharks. For me, I think Smooth, of course, he's got the ability to create something, or look on your arm in the backs there, but the track just needs to be a bit more cohesive.
Super take that from Willem Alberts. So good to see a man who's deep into his 30s, still doing his bit on the rugby field, bringing his experience, and also going this sort of distance in a game. It's a great kick that from Swanepoel, and it's again pushed the Sharks back into their territory. There's so many dangers with attacking from close to your goal line. The Sharks are almost being forced into a position now where they've got to start making some calls.
Yes, you may.
They're going to have to pull the trigger now.
There's Mabata waiting for the instruction of where this ball's going to go in the line-out. It's a better line out that from the Sharks. And stronger running from them too, to try and get over that advantage line. Well positioned on that occasion, Swanepoel. Now Stian Pienaar doesn't like to kick the ball, likes to run with it, but Jaden Hendricks read that rather well.
Turnover's made by Black, stripped.
Turned over for the Sharks.
Fantastic.
Eventually he went down, but he was on the ball and couldn't get it. On the ball, on his feet.
Excellent from Fasaki,
Couldn't get it,
straight.
then went down.
Stuart Mayer went down straight over that fall.
The breakdown pressure has been enormous from the Lions tonight. Hasn't made it easy at all for the Sharks. And the Sharks go back into their own half of the field again as a result of this indiscretion.
Straight over it there. Fair steal from Fasaki.
8. Is it 8 Black? Okay, Lions. 7. Thanks.
So Rudolf Smith onto the field.
Yeah, I'll slow it down for you, you can count.
Sikambuza not here too. Pepsi Buthelezi on in his place.
Yeah, and the Lions in control here. Getting traction with them all, winning the small battles. They're kicking now, winning the kicking battle also. Dominating at the breakdown, and the Sharks have thrown everything at them. They've tried. So the big hit from Willem Alberts.
Come in.
Lions have definitely won at scrum time. And the line-outs have been more oiled, better controlled, specifically by Marvin Ori.
He's off back, come in. He's in the trams, let's go.
This is where the Lions are at their best. The last 20 minutes of the game, they'll up the tempo. Chances they'll start running it in.
Release now.
Well, having ball in hand makes the game so much easier, doesn't it? And they've had a surfeit of possession.
6 Black never onside.
They've also been quite dynamic at the breakdown point after the Lions.
21 Black never onside.
Still they come.
Play advantage.
This time Len Massane. Everybody lined up, including Willem Alberts. I think this...
In front of kick. Just in front of kick. Option. Offside, offside. This one. That's the one with 21 was. Offside, 21 Black. No, 12's clearly in front. By the time he kicked the 12, you just moved past them.
No penalty it is.
Go. Shot.
To the Lions. No hesitation at all in deciding to kick it goal. Difference 8 points at the moment.
Was die tyd nie hoor. Ongelukkig nie, sorry. Nee, volgende stoppage hoor.
Oh, no trouble and no time wasted at all by Elton Jantjies to get another 3 points for the Lions. I think the worst thing for the Sharks at this point in time, Shimmy, is that they haven't really looked like they're going to score a try, have they?
They've had their moments that Oxenchair offload to Currie and Bosch. That was an opportunity when Morris Lowe broke through, and then there's a knock-on after that from Nukanyam. So they've had, you know, we haven't seen a Sharks line out, at least on the lines, 5-meter line, or entries into the 22-meter.
Backwards.
Yeah, this is an opportunity here now for the Sharks.
Referee playing advantage.
Release red.
There's a knock-on, of course, so the scrum accruing. John Hubert Meyer. It's another penalty for the Sharks. And Dylan Richardson with a gang tackle on him. Hendrickse. Bosch. Lukanya, I'm not quite sure where he can go. He's done pretty well, though. And he's offloaded, too.
There's the ball.
Can the Sharks find a way through here?
That's holding on. Then red offside. Oh, yeah. Thanks.
Well, they're going to take it quickly.
Up here. Here we go.
Currie Bosch just waiting for the message. Everyone's pointing to the corner flag. Bosch successfully gets this out. They're going to need a good, solid line out.
It's a real opportunity. We haven't seen many of... Altanaki's just shot up a little bit too early there. We haven't seen many opportunities from the Sharks actually, you know, setting up set phase on the line's 22-meter area. So a real opportunity here.
In the meantime, the Lions have brought on Burger Woodendahl and Ruan Dreyer.
Slow down.
And about to bring Bernard Northnagel on as well.
Games, you got the front.
There's Burger Woodendahl, former Blue Bulls centre and captain.
Hold that.
There's a big throw in this for. Well, worked pretty well, didn't it? No competition.
No, ball.
Can the Sharks pick up the pieces here? Hendrickse. Marius Lowe's a solid tackle on him from Willem Alberts. Let's release the ball for the Lions. That's great play that from the former Springbok.
Yeah. Just around the neck.
Wow, what a tackle from Willem Alberts. What a tackle.
Yeah, first man over the ball.
Just difficult to spot the guy coming at this pace here. Look at that. Straight into it.
There you go. There's your mark.
Such commitment.
Yeah, and
so deep into the game.
Also the wrong shoulder that he used in the tackle. That didn't seem to affect him. He has made some big hits.
Sharks back into their half of the field again.
Give it. 4. It's 4, lads. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Pasaki, good work from Varvanori. Now going at full pace is Burger Woodendahl. Good front foot ball again for the Lions. You can see the Sharks haven't quite got that right. Now excellent play in that lead up. But, just a little bit of a breakdown there, but they'll be heartened by their efforts there, the Lions.
Well, that's a better attack from the Lions. I mean,
You've got to be first man.
Quick ball from that first ruck. Tian Swanepoel hitting a good line. You just need to get that offload away. That's a try for the Lions. Just wonder where that's been the whole game.
Well, it's very difficult to get momentum when you're getting the ball in a standing position or semi-standing position. That's not been the case here. You can see with the Lions, they've been able to go at full tilt and apply a lot of pressure out wide.
Is it full?
In the meanwhile, Reinhard Nochnagel is on the field.
Yeah, back. Okay, ball form. Play on.
It's a good line out, that Bosch. They're still not quite at full tilt when they're receiving the ball.
Play advantage, 8. Is it never? Go early. Number 8 offsides.
Hendrickson. Dylan Richardson. Hendrickson trying to find his way through himself, but the defense has been quite outstanding from the Lions. That little kick
Back to the offside.
didn't quite work, but there's a penalty anyway that was accruing.
Offside.
Less than 13 minutes left in this game, so it's got to be quarter flag, surely. No, they're going to kick it goal.
Number 8.
Successful kick here will mean that they'll still have to score twice thereafter.
That is a bit of a strange call. I thought if they were going to go for balls or go for kick for points, it would have been the earlier penalty where they went for the line out. Then they've got enough runway to sort of mount some sort of a comeback. But I think this is maybe a tad too late for them.
Of course, Shimmy, the other important element is bonus points as well, you know, that have got to be considered here. Remember, the Sharks have only played 8 games, so they've got a game in hand over pretty much everybody. And maybe they feel that they might be able to at least scramble a bonus point with a successful kick here and then another one. Yeah, he turned very quickly, did Kerwin Bosch, and it's another successful kick.
Lions 9. 9. Kijk, dus blij achter die bal. Kijk.
Luister vir Lotte. Luister vir Lotte.
So deep kick in. Strong take there from the Sharks. Can they finish this game, the last 10 minutes of this game, with more points on the board?
Yes. Okay, use that.
Greatest difficulty they've had in this match is that they've had to play most of their rugby from deep inside their own half.
Lots forward. Advantage. All the way back. Right, we'll do it for you. 12 and 6, black. 6, thanks. 12.
12 and 6,
yeah, sub.
Oh, sub.
Yeah.
A couple more changes then for the Sharks.
Is that the mark?
James Fenter on.
Here's the mark, sorry. I missed it.
For Dylan Richardson. Jeremy Ward on for Marius Lowe in the centre three-quarter berth. The Sharks pretty much just about used their full bench in an effort to try and reverse the direction this game was going in.
Crouch. Bind. Sit. 1, 2, 3. Move. No, you're offside. Get close. Get up. If you push him again, penalty straight away.
I think it's cash.
Scrums have been a little bit messy tonight, haven't they?
Yeah, just not a lot of good
Yeah. We had problems
scrum
both
completions.
sides.
I thought Oxenchair is doing the damage on the left-hand side there for the Sharks. You see Villeneuve pops up there. So Ox definitely had the upper hand there. But you get certain games with a lot of scrums, but it's good quality scrums. It's a good challenge and it's good competition. Yeah, every scrum's just gone to penalty, down, collapse, reset. So the scrums really haven't been a great spectacle, to be honest with you.
No. Crouch. Bind. Set.
Van der Berg's waiting for it.
No, play on.
Pienaar. Stiaan Pienaar. Held up there by the Sharks. Now another chance for Van der Berg. Will they ignite their back line? They've done just that. Great play. This from Similani. Brilliant play from the centre three-quarter. He's opened it up. And it's a second try then for the Lions. Brilliant play that from the centre. Tiaan Swanepoel, the try scorer.
Excellent from Wendy Similani. Went for the outside gap. And he kept going. Players out wide. But look at this here. So, like we said, a messy old scrum. But Wendy Similani, this is excellent, Jay. Beats the rush on defense. Look at this here. The Sharks are in trouble. So the forwards are folded. The skip pass. And Spoon, of course, he tried to rush up. He beat him out with the outside drift here. Then it's just a turn. One simple hands do it. And the Lions are running it home. Look at that. Beat Spoon, of course, with the outside drift. Vicious step from Wendy Similani.
Yeah, sorry, Hans, when you call that offside, a lot of players already broke the...
Well, it's taken the whole game just about for that youngster to show his worth. And his worth we know about. Terrific player. Had so much work to do there. Made all the right calls.
Still scrum there if we reset that one again. Both teams just on the floor.
Elton Judge is in absolutely no hurry either. With just over 6 minutes left of this game. That's a good strike from Elton Judges. He's got the 3 points that are the 2 points rather. And a substantial lead now for the Lions.
Oh, magic from Similani. Cuts back on the inside. Look at that. Nice looking. Gone. Over goes Swanepoel, but all created. Wendy Similani.
No, it's ball out, play on. He lost that ball backwards in the tackle.
Well, you spoke about them upping the tempo in these the last 20 minutes.
No,
Shimmy, they've certainly done it in fine style here towards the end of this game.
And now they're going to give the ball some air here. Have a look, Alton Yankees.
Go, let's play it.
I thought he was squaring up with a cross kick.
Over the top from Morne van den Berg.
No, he just turned around.
Up for it, Barney Liebach. Haven't seen a lot of him tonight. Jaden Hendrickse. Bosch. You see Sharks in a standing position mostly when they receive on a standing, but not at full tilt. This is better play from them. They don't get the favourable bounce. And it was a knock-on, so they'll have the scrum.
Knock-on scrum. He played it again before it went into touch.
Well, I'm not too sure what Elton Judges had to say.
Played it before it went into touch. There's no option.
There was a little bit of pushing and shoving and
yeah.
trying to wrestle the ball away.
Fine. Both teams went down. I can't penalise one team. One as a number one. Thanks, Ox.
Majola, the last man on.
No,
for the Sharks.
Same player played the ball before it went into touch. You understand? And then it's gone. No. It's been years. Right, let's go.
Well, Sean Everett has done his best to try and find a combination that can unlock the defence of this Lions team. The Sharks, no tries at all. 4 penalty goals from Currie Bosch.
Bind. Set. Number 3 in the tunnel. No. Tight 30 in the tunnel. Can't protect you.
Just frustration all around from the Sharks and the Lions. Still wanting to go here. 4 minutes left. They still want to up the tempo. So this is against John Hubert Mayer going into the tunnel. Try walking on, but the scrums have just been messy.
Gap, please.
Jan in comfort on the field now. He's too worried. Van der Berg off to Yankees. Dre in the midfield.
Play it. No,
Lions off from midfield, right? Yankees keeps going. Van der Berg goes looking for the runners. Goes to the hooker comfort. Tian Sonopu, the try scorer, looking for the half gap. But the Lions with options. Ori with a little tip pass. Yankees flat this time on the ball. And the Lions here will put a bit of momentum. Similani try to get that ball away. Oh, desperate pass. But it is turnover now. The Lions keep going. So to Burger ended up. Great line from him. It shows how dangerous the Lions are off momentum.
Here we go.
Come up, Johnny. Come up, Johnny.
Okay. Okay, stability, wait for the ball.
The last scrum is a penalty against John Hubert Mayer, for scrumming in.
Crouch.
Can the Sharks launch from downtown and create something?
Set.
So Mani Lebok lurking behind the scrum. The pressure comes through. Hendricks plays quickly. Mani Lebok. And Penkler off to Tian Swanepoel. This should be a tap and go from
Not there. Yes.
Is that too late?
It's a messy pass, and Lukanyam has to try attacking from deep here. Peaceburger Erdendal and almost gets through the middle.
It's not on it, leave it. No, back.
Hendricks, Lions slightly offside there. Exactly, Yaku Pepa has spotted it. Machola again to Fenter. In a tough hold fight
Offside.
for
21.
him, so do the Sharks try to speed up the game again.
21.
But it has been wrapped up by the Lions. Currie Bosch goes for touch.
99.
So offsides was already being called by Yaku Pepa. And it was so desperation, but the Lions defense has been really good today. They've controlled the set piece, controlled the gain line,
Get a gap filler.
and taken the opportunities a lot better than the Sharks.
How many? 6 plus. 6 plus. Over the 15, no offsides.
So the ball over the 15, smart play, good appreciation of the laws from the Lions. They went over and got that ball, and that should wrap up the game. The Lions have just been one step ahead from the Sharks.
Yeah, no offsides over 15.
Yaku Pepa ends this game.
Good line spell.
Wande Similani with fantastic skill with the outside gap to create the try for Tian Sonapu.
Thanks, Jeremy.
But the Lions have been full value for this victory. Another victory. Elton Yankees controlled proceedings well. A lot of contestable kicks put up. And Rule of Smith came on late. But another victory from the Lions. They're on a bit of a run now. I think it's 4 in a row for the Lions. 2 tries to 0. The Lions beat the Sharks 27 points to 12 at Ellis Park.